Hi, this is Jay from Thinking Out Loud, and I have with me Patty Burns, the owner of Kuyas.
Yes, I'm one of the four partners.
Four partners.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the other three partners?
So Shane Niles and Josh Niebling were here first for almost 10 years until they invited us over. And now there's also Travis Burns, which is my husband, and he's your chef.
Nice. And that's when it was just one main, not Kuyas, one main,
Yes.
correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they started as one main tap and grill. I believe they were here for almost 9 years. And unfortunately, they closed down after COVID, and I've helped out a little bit in the restaurant right before they were closing. So we ended up merging together, and we are the Kuyas part of it, which we started as Kuyas at Kuyas Sandwiches and Kitchen down the street, um, where Short Notice is at now, and we were a sandwich shop there first. Kuya meaning older brother in Philippine language. So, he can be a stranger or a family member. You call him kuya as a sign of respect. So you have a kuya always growing
Yes.
up. I have a kuya. He has a kuya. He is a kuya to someone. My nephews and niece call kuya. So it's a name that's commonly said back home.
Nice.
I didn't know that was the meaning of it.
Uh, Bear with me, I'm trying
Not
to
a
pull
problem.
up my questions. I thought
So,
I
with Kuyas, what did Kuyas bring over to One Main? Like, what part of that is you?
I think the cuisine is Kuyas, meaning like Southeast Asian, heavy on Filipino. And then I think our bartending skills as well is brought in here because when they started, it was hard for them to get management back here. So after COVID, and no one really wanted to go back to work, or it was unsafe for many, right? So
yeah.
it was hard to get management. So I think us bringing in the management, more of a structure, the training, the staff, also the drinks as well. So Shane built a really nice barn here, and it can be utilized for what it is. So there's 24 taps. There's a full bar and a huge space and a huge beautiful bar. So I think that's where we come in and use what he built.
Yeah.
As well as the stage, So we're really utilizing the stage and still always working, with the music we have, but it's built for some kind of experience or
Right, for some sort of
entertainment.
entertainment.
Yeah.
And how do you pick your entertainment?
It's always changing as time evolves because of the needs of the people and also honoring the musicians. But let's see. We're also a dining place, so we want someone who can just add to the dining experience rather than it's a loud show.
Yes.
Because at the end we still want to really be there for our guests. So right now it's evolving definitely into more live originals as well as what do you call this? People who can just work with the volume, like can be challenging for a lot of musicians, but if we can keep it minimal where the guests can enjoy each other, that's who I'm looking for.
Right.
And then writing their own music, of course, is a big plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adds to the ambiance.
Yeah.
What do you envision for Kuyas in the next 5 years?
Oh, I love that question. Hopefully, we're in a good place where there's steady flow of people, more people are coming to town, and then just growing. Maybe keep the employees we have and have more that we can teach. Keep expanding by investing on them, also paying them more. The more great they do, you have to pay them more. So we can keep those people in town, right?
Nice.
Hopefully we can do more, send our food in a wider, but that's a bigger challenge because we're so small right now. But hey, why not? If we can put a sandwich over there in Whitesfield or something like that. But those kind of things. But definitely just more stability, and more sustained, good cushion, no one worry, just going and doing more arts and stuff like that.
Yeah. What's your most popular dish?
I think the banh mi, so the Filipino banh mi, it's special because it's a fusion of Vietnamese and Filipino cuisine. So banh mi is in Vietnam is a street food because Asia there's it's all about street food there. We eat in the streets. That's where we eat, and so banh mi is typically so what Travis did is he did the elements in the banh mi. So you have the cilantro, the sauce, the pickled carrots and daikon. The bread is custom made built for us by La Panciata in Northfield. They've continued to work with us, always giving us the right, doing their best to send us the best bread. But the meat is really special because, of course, it's you know local pork marinated in the Philippine pineapple barbecue sauce. And that's what I think combination of both freshly made is really makes a really good
Is
sandwich.
that a secret recipe? The barbecue sauce.
It's I think the recipe of the country, so I don't think it's secret.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, none of our unless it's a special sauce that Travis made on a whim, maybe that's a secret recipe. But other than that, our banh mi's, like those are just traditional recipes. What that makes them good is the process. You can't rush it, can't be in a hurry. Like have to maybe wake up early to cook it, but it's the process and using the right ingredients. So making sure we don't sacrifice. Like even the little details can really like if a Filipino comes in here, they want to see the, if I name the soup arroz caldo, it has to be arroz caldo. It can't be, little details like can't use a Kikkoman soy sauce on that because it's just, there will be some sweetness, or, it needs to come with pork rinds because that's how the dish comes. And then here you have the option to do that, which is take stuff that you're allergic to or you're restricting yourselves, but for the most part, uh, yeah, they're not secret.
Yeah, I noticed in here you have some wonderful artwork. Can you show
Yes,
us?
that's very exciting. So, since the sandwich shop, so we opened the sandwich shop February 26, 2021. Our first artist was Wink Willett, and he happens to be moving away that time that we moved here. So he was, you know, taking stuff out of his house, and Wink Willett, it was we were introduced to him, and he also traveled. Actually, I think around the world, taking photographs, and he has some, things from his Asian travels that he was not gonna bring to his new home. So he donated that to us, so which were the decorations we had at the sandwich shop. But we also used his photographs around their walls, and he was our official first artist of the month. And then the next one immediately was Mwanga Williams, who is from Uganda, and that was a really successful first art night back then. So we opened in the middle of pandemic, so masked up, right? But I wanted to continue to do the event, so made I screened every person that came in to, you know, and then we served the little free appetizers and free wine because we were so small that we can do that. But to just do those art events, and it's just carried over to this bigger place now. Now, back then we were doing one or two artists, maybe some pottery on the side. Here, there's like just much more. I think four artists can share the walls. The more recent one we had all our employees' artwork in here. So
That's awesome.
You mentioned artist of the month. How can our viewers
people,
sign
yes.
up?
All right. Reach out to me, please, in my email. Send me an email because I can go back to conversations because I do receive a lot of emails. So that's number one because I just won't have the ability to reach out to everybody, with all the other things that I do. So reaching out to me, committing to it, So if we say like, hey, let's lock it in December, because I kind of plan ahead of time. Keep checking on me, to let me know you're serious, because otherwise time will go by and next thing you know, I can't find you anymore. So
And
keep connecting with me is the key.
what's the email again?
It's Patty at kuyasvt.com.
And we'll make sure we put that up
Yes.
on the.
That's, yeah, PATTY at kuyasvt.com.
Okay.
The people who are persistent, they're the ones who get the walls, they're the ones who get the shows, because I hear them. They're always around. I've had experiences where we locked it up because I'm very flexible and accommodating, and then I can't find, three people at once, and I've used all social media, all my resources. I hate to give it away, right? But also, it's I there's no words, so I have to move on. So staying in touch with me is definitely important. Also knowing that it may be not just the time now, but in the next 6 months, you can plan, maybe take more photographs, work on your bio. It's also really important. I think, do your tags, things like that. If you want to put and it's just learning steps for me too. And I just, from my observation, it's like when you present your art and you want to hang your art, you want to make sure your labels, right? Your bio, you have, your own inventory, you hang your art, make sure that it's not all over, but those kind of things. And I
Right.
think it's great because a lot of new artists gain their experience just by hanging their art with us.
Right.
Do you take a commission?
We do, and we're very friendly commission. A lot of it is just give it to the artist. Normally we'll do 10 to 20% depending. Some art are so small, so things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Well, I just want to know, like, so when you're just, or who actually comes up with the dishes that you serve? Is it a
So the main
collaboration?
the dishes that is printed on the menu, those are a lot of Travis and some of Philippine cuisine. So our food. Travis is the chef. He's the one that puts everything together, the process, the style. Even if we'll teach him a dish, even if I'll ask him to make a dish for us, he'll look at the recipe and then he'll still add his own way of making it. The food comes out good because of the process that he does. He really cares for the sauces, the right temperature of the bread and things like that.
What's her special this week?
This week, what's her special? So we're getting into this cold winter
Yes.
day. So we just did we did a roasted, so dry rubbed roasted chicken thighs with roasted broccoli and cauliflower. And that's just, again, the style of cooking. So sure, roasted chicken, right? But this one is just skin is crispy, and then the thigh is just nice and moist, and then there's this like nice. It's so hearty that people love it.
Right.
So
Yes.
as we get into these colder times, then we want to work more on those dishes that can really feed the soul of
Nice.
everyone.
Nice. Any? Where are you from originally?
So originally from Philippines, born and raised there. I moved to the U.S. in 2006, as soon as I turned 21, and I have a big family in San Francisco. I worked, random places to get job experience, some retail in the beginning, but I also ended up working at a hair salon, which I really love. So I actually tied it up. I worked at a hair salon for many years and also doing bartending. Hair salon was all just phone calls and computer, while I wanted to do something more, where my body's moving and not sitting down. So I worked at a friend's Filipino American restaurant, which is still open now and very successful. It's built in 1853, and also lots of history in San Francisco and old buildings. So this one is called 7 Mile House, which is 7 miles away from the Embarcadero, which, back in the day from San Francisco to San Jose, there's a mile stop, for like horses to stop and may a post office and food and whatnot. And so they're 7 miles away, and one of the only mile houses left there, and so owned by many generations of immigrants. And yeah, she's Filipino now, and she started it and a while ago, and I was there for almost 10 years. I started as a bar back, so meaning you just an assistant of a bartender, and I really enjoyed that because you don't have to think, you just kind of assist someone, make sure that he's able to do his job right because you're assisting him. And immediately I became a manager and started learning from there. And after 10 years, I didn't want to manage anymore. And so I was also crossing that Bay Bridge long traffic every day. So just decided I wanted to stay in the smaller island of Alameda where Travis also moved to from Randolph. And that's where we met.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many waitresses do you have?
Right now, so we have normally we'll have four people in the dining room for a evening shift, and then during the day normally 2 or 3 people. Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And what are your hours?
So our hours are Tuesday to Saturday, 11 to 2 for lunch. Then we close from 2 to 4 for a little reset break. Then 4 to 10 we open for dinner.
Nice.
Then that's dine in and take out. We don't have a website yet, but that's all in the works. So I'm very easy to respond on email. So send me an email. Happy to send you an email of our menu. Also, it's on Facebook and Instagram and Google. Should be pinned there to the top. Things like that. Outside our door, there's always two of the slots that are filled with lunch and dinner menus. So if you're just passing by, you can grab one outside if we're not here.
Like, I bet since I've been on doing Thinking Out Loud, I've been trying to post local specials and everything on the wall.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're
It really
welcome.
helps the business out. Yeah, lucky for us, even, in our location, if we want to really have a business, sustainable, it's great for other people to see our town and see our cuisine and invite other people to come in here too. So lucky that, with social media, it has its goods and not good, but the good here is we're able to show people what we have, and then that's what makes them call and place their order and things like that.
How often does your menu change?
The printed menu, we opened, it took us 1 week, I believe, a week and a half or 1 week when we moved from the sandwich shop to here. So from 14-seat restaurant to 60 in a week and a half.
Wow.
So lots of, not only, we had two, of course.
That's
upgraded
over 4 times that big.
In a week and a half, turned it around, like moved here. So we started with a menu that, they started more recently. We changed some items again so that we can be better with our timing and stuff like that. Items will now come and go. So now we just recently, about a couple weeks ago, revamped our printed menu that will be like that for a while, and then the specials will come and go around it. So we have the specials. We have between 4 to 6 o'clock. We do a merienda, which in Spanish is like midday snack. So we do
Like happy hour.
happy hour. So we do like small plate, really reasonable prices, but very nicely done. So between 4 to 6 o'clock, there are gonna be like a variety of four small plate special. Will be a vegetarian, vegan to meat, some skewers, some paneer butter masala tacos, things like that. Noodles as well, vegetarian and meat. So those will always rotate around. And then those are dine-in specials, like small plates. And then the all evening ones are from 4 to 10 o'clock, and that's when the roasted chicken comes. We always do our best to have a vegetarian, vegan something, and then meat.
Why is the small plates only 4 to 6?
So, we do that like happy hour, to encourage everyone. A lot of people also, we feel that come here, 4 to 6 o'clock, are, just want a quick bite and want to go. So utilizing that for that, and then having the dinner special all evening. Yeah.
Nice. You have a question?
Yeah. What is your favorite drink that you serve,
What
or
is
do
my
you drink?
favorite
I
drink
should
that I
say.
drink? We love to drink. So I don't know. I think I love drinks that are like scrumptious, so like a good shaken margarita, fresh ingredients, maybe like a contrast of like the lime and salt, So I always, if you see sometimes my drink will have like a, you know, rim, chipotle Cajun rim, because I love the contrast of like you have a nice juicy grapefruit mezcal smoky, then you have like a zingy powder,
Do
things
your
like that.
bartenders have to go to training for that,
Yes,
or
so
how do
we
they do that?
train them. Training is definitely important, and I don't think that will stop. It's a thing that will continue to go because also trends, skills, techniques are always changing too. So I think training is just a constant thing. If you're employed here, it's just what's gonna do. Not only training, of course, training the skill and then letting them find their way with
Right.
it.
Right.
But trainings like, every once in a while we'll invite some wine experts or spirit expert and do a class and do a little tasting for the staff or like educational ones. So yes, we do things like that. Invite brewers and distillers.
And I remember when I was here last time you offer mocktails. What are mocktails?
Yes, so they are uh, non-alcoholic beverages, and that became more popular, more recently because the trend of eating and drinking for people changed really, during COVID and after. A lot of people stopped drinking. A lot of people are taking care of their health. A lot of people are just trying something different or supporting a family, supporting a friend or something. Just it changed, eating and drinking habits. So the mocktails, not only they're great because they're made with fresh, the same ingredients, just no alcohol. You're not gonna get though the, you know, like the taste. So far, right now, I don't have a way, but I'm sure it can be possible. But like I can do like a strawberry margarita without the alcohol. You don't really need the flavor of the tequila or the agave in there, but it can be a nice drink just by having the lime and the strawberry in there. Yeah.
I'm, I just thought of a great idea, Amy. I wonder if Patty would want to do a demonstration sometime for
Sure, I would love
thinking
to.
out loud
Yeah, I
That would
would
for
be
love
the
to.
good.
I can make you a drink, Jay. You just, one of the things I love
for
to do with people is like, let's
mocktail.
make you a drink. Like, no menu. Like, tell me what you're looking for.
Yeah,
And if I don't have the ingredient, I'll probably like modify it a little way. But I feel like, I love being able to create a good drink. Yeah.
nice.
That's
Yes.
pretty
And it
awesome.
doesn't always need to have alcohol, right? Especially now too, like there's an abundance of good non-alcoholic in can beer,
Yes.
beverages, cider,
Yes.
all kinds of stuff. So
And
Right.
as a person that doesn't drink, that's really kind of cool.
yes.
Had stomach surgery a few years ago, so I can't have any carbonation type things.
Wow.
So that makes it really hard when you're looking for something to
Yes.
drink too.
Yes.
So a mocktail, like
For sure.
something with the strawberry would really be really
Fresh
impressive
ingredients and
nice.
good for
Yeah.
your tummy and all
Yeah.
that. Also, one thing that we like that we are good here at Kuyas, I want to talk about is our teas. We make some really nice teas. One of the popular one is called Salabat. It's a ginger. Back in Philippines, it's ginger and brown sugar, but here we make it with ginger, honey, and then there's a simple syrup infused with orange peels and cinnamon. And that one is a bit more ginger heavy, but people love it. Yeah, it's like when you have that good ginger in your body because wakes you up, like it's immunity also, so that kind of stuff. We also have a Vermont chaga, so it's a Vermont harvested chaga from Rutland. by Vermont Chaga Chai, and it's that one is black tea with spices, and those are all available here.
Are those hot or cold?
They're hot. Yep. We have Hillside Botanicals from Randolph. We serve here, and also Freeverse in Chelsea.
Um, Thanksgiving is in a week and a half. Do you have any Thanksgiving promotions or Christmas
I asked
promotions?
Travis to I asked Trav to put something together special. It's gonna be our second Thanksgiving here, so it's nice. And we will be closed that Thanksgiving on the Thursday. Yes.
On
Open again on Friday.
Okay.
so closer day. How about for Christmas?
For Christmas, definitely we will close for Christmas Eve and day, and open if that falls on a working day after it will be open. Yes.
Do you know what kind of specials you'll have for Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Not yet really right now, but I know it'll be some kind of like a dinner focused plate.
Yeah.
Something nice.
So how have you found businesses as far as being in Randolph? Have you found it different from Kuyas, the sandwich shop, to the one main aspect of it? Have you found that there's a lot more business or there's less business or?
Yeah, so it you really won't know until you're there, right? So with us, I feel like it's both, but coming along, because when we moved here, a lot of the people who came to the sandwich shop, didn't immediately come. People who were coming to one main, they kind of like stopped coming also, right? So had to rebuild that again.
Yeah.
In a much bigger space, right? Luckily, people always come in order from us, so that's good. But had to rebuild that again one more time in a challenging, pandemic time and weather and all that stuff. But we, persevered. Back then we also had more music, so it was bringing definitely people, in the evenings. We trimmed it down now, because we have a good dining and music balance now. But back then, I think music, we had them, so we had more people coming in because people enjoyed the bands and the bands brought people, so we had some business to build on in the beginning. Then eventually also, by dropping the menus, like not just in town, knocking and dropping physical. I went to Barrie, Montpelier, Stowe, all over, and I actually really enjoyed it. Like
Well,
when you go inside, you drop a menu, they get excited.
will there ever be a Kuyas that in that area?
In which area?
Montpelier, Barrie, Stowe.
Why not? You don't know, right? Like you don't know. We're not in control. We just kind of keep doing and keep working, and if the right thing comes, right, has to make sense, of course. But, why not? Because anything's possible. Yeah.
Any other?
So you said Travis is a chef. Do you have only one chef?
We have one chef, and that's Trav. And the people that we work with, some of them have experience also, and some, one of them had run his own restaurant too before, so he has experience. So he's a chef as well, and they collaborate together and help each other out. And some of the kitchen crew have experience, running, you know, kitchen restaurants.
So you're not completely stranded if Travis is ill or something.
Yeah, well, the food, yeah, his Travis food is not really gonna fail. It's just that's why we're actually successful. It's because of his food.
Yeah.
There's probably other things that we can work on and tweak on, but yes, giving him more time will definitely, he'll be able to produce more. But of course, having personal space and time is also important,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So right now he's really doing a great job with the menu and the specials we have, and he's working on other more to come too. So yeah, those are coming.
There might be a weird question, but like, how do you cook at home?
Me? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
like
yeah.
what's your
If
palate
if I
like?
miss my food, yes, I eat simple. Like I can just throw sardines together with olive oil, tomatoes, onion, olives, bay leaves, and some steamed rice on the side. I can be happy with that. Yes.
Yeah.
So, all of your food locally sourced?
Yes, we do our best to source as local as possible, although you can't, guarantee that everything it has to make sense with the quality, with the price and all that stuff too. But we definitely do our best to get as local as possible.
That's awesome.
Yes, cheese, everything. Why not? We
Yeah.
have the best
We
ingredients.
do
Like
have really great
why would we
ingredients.
want to reach out? Yeah, Travis is very proud also of all the Vermont products as well, and working with these little companies is great. Yeah, the more we can work together.
Do you have a dessert menu?
They're verbally said. Do you want to know what they are? Yes.
Alright.
So first one is a San Serval. It's a Philippine cashew meringue cake. So it's layers of cashew meringue, French buttercream, and chopped cashews. And that's a gluten-free cake. We also do that for special orders, so people can get a whole cake for birthdays. Um, during what's that, St. Patrick's Day, we make it with pistachio, so it's a nice green cake, and that's really delicious also.
Nice.
Another one is called turon, which is available for dinner only.